Hello, everyone. This is Doug Nelson with Precision Neuromuscular Therapy, and I would like to welcome you to Precision Neuromuscular Therapy for the cervical spine and our sister seminar, PNMT, for the head and neck, which is the head and neck is a evening seminar, 2 days. The cervical spine seminar is a 2-day seminar. I'm going to focus on the cervical spine seminar for right now. The head and neck just has a little additional material. When we think about the cervical spine, in my clinic, I live in Champaign, Illinois. I have a clinic with 20 therapists that I've had for a little more than 40 years now. The top 3 in our clinic, clearly, of reasons why clients come in are cervical, shoulder, low back issues. And for cervical issues, when you think about it, and I bet this is true for you as well, most of the things that people complain about are range of motion issues. I cannot turn my head as far to the left, for instance, as I can to the right. So when you think about, okay, how do we unravel that? Boy, anything, the farther you get into it, the more complex, the deeper, the richer it becomes. And that's certainly true with the cervical spine. If you look at just the layers of muscles in the cervical spine, each one does an opposite action. So that simple thing of a restriction turning your head to the left actually becomes quite complex in deciding, is it one of the ipsilateral muscles that are not thrilled about contraction, and is that what limits you? Or is it the muscles that are contralateral rotators that are not lengthening enough to allow you to be able to do that? Is it perhaps a facet joint irritation? And that would be approached quite differently than the muscular approach. Or are there neural issues that would explain that restriction in range of motion? For any given symptom, there are several possible reasons that could explain it. And that's really our job. In a way, that's why it's not just like teaching techniques. Techniques are like answers, but answers are only correct if they're in response to the right question. That gets to a whole different layer. And, all of it, I just came from the office seeing someone who had a similar restriction, just like this. I just got back. And again, what I found interesting is this person said, I can't believe your finger targeted exactly where the problem is, and yet we've never met before. All I did was sit down and explain my symptoms to you. My response to her is, in all the things that you said that you thought in a way were seemingly random symptoms, all of those things had meaning to me. It's all just based on really good sound anatomy and functional anatomy. And that targeted, that would take me to this direction. And again, because we measured range of motion before, we'll know, mid-session, we're going to check, are we on the right pathway? Are we slightly off the mark? We'll course correct if we need to, but all of the assessment stuff we do, that's why we do it, to have some reference point for, are we making progress or not? Because at the end of the session, I want that person, that client, to walk away going, I can't believe this. I can't believe what a difference you made. It's all about making real and substantive changes for the people who grace our treatment tables. That's what's so exciting about this. And I hope, if you've been to one of our seminars, that's what this is really all about. It's a sense of wonder. It's a sense of just amazement at the power and promise of really targeted soft tissue therapy. That's what excites us. And I have to say, for myself, for all of the teaching staff, one of the things that we all talk about is what a privilege, what a pleasure it is to be in the company of a group of therapists who share the same passion, who share the same sense of purpose about really wanting to make a difference in the world. And that's a real privilege. And again, it's something that all of us in the PNMT world share. The neck itself is just such a rich example of that complexity and the beauty, the architecture of the cervical spine. And in that complexity, it makes it tough, actually, sometimes to create change, that is real and that lasts. But that's the challenge, and it's really an honor to be able to do that. You see the cello back there. The arts are a big part of my life. And again, I think of this work also as we work really hard at getting the fundamentals down, just like I've worked really hard at being able to play the scales. But it's not about it's you do that so that you can play a piece of music, not just for technical acumen, but to sing, to soar, to speak to the soul. We do what we do. We focus on all the details so that we can have people on our table and have them profoundly moved by the changes they experience. It's not about transactional, it's about transformational. That's our goal. And again, there's nothing better than to be in the company of people who share that same purpose. So if that resonates with you, we look forward to seeing you at a PNMT cervical spine seminar sometime in the near future. All right. Thanks for watching.